Okay, I'm going to answer the questions from yesterday and then have you practice a little more with this. That way you can see the problems worked, make sure you're doing them correctly, and then get a little more practice, and then we'll move on to the next material. Okay, so I'm going to write up here the PEMDAS, okay, and kind of show you that I'm going to follow that, keep referring back to that. So the first thing in this, there's no exponents in this one, so we're going to start with the parentheses, and we get 27 divided by 3, which is 9. Okay. Then same thing here. We're going to do parentheses first. We get 16 divided by 8, which is 2. Now most of these, just so you know, most of these should come out evenly. So when it gets to a division problem, they should come out evenly. So if they're not, that kind of lets you know. Now, they don't have to, meaning, and I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but you know, you can end up with fractions, but I think most of these come out evenly to get started with. So just kind of keep that in mind. This one we don't have a parentheses, but we're going to do the exponent first. And remember, 7 squared is 7 times itself. So it's 49, which then 1 plus 49 is 50. This one you're going to start with the multiplication before you do addition or subtraction. So 20 minus 8, which is 12. Okay. Multiplication before addition. So we're going to end up with that, which is 62. Okay. Give you a chance to check that. Then same thing, multiplication here is 85. So 88. And if you have to use a calculator right there, that's fine. Just do 17 times 5, get 85. Then you can add from there. Let's see. I get to check my own math here. This should be 132, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to do that in my head. Yeah. And then you get 139. Okay. Then you've got 15 plus 2. 40 divided by 20 is 2. You're going to do that first. And then you add the 15 and 2, you get 17. Now this one you just have addition and subtraction. And so you're just going to go left to right. So you're going to have 36 minus 15. That was this addition. And so you end up with 21. And then this one, it's all subtraction. So you just go left to right. 4 minus 3. That's 19 minus 15 is 4. And 4 minus 3 is 1. If you notice, I'm doing that step by step. It's just a good way to kind of practice this at first and just do one step at a time. Like, you can do it all at once. You don't have to go step by step, but it just helps break that each step down. Like, I could have done a running total in my head like we did with, you know, integers, but, you know, as you're learning this, it's just kind of good to go step by step so that you don't go out of order here. So the first thing is to do the inside parentheses. Now I go ahead and sometimes keep it in parentheses. That way I just kind of know I'm done inside there, meaning done, meaning there's nothing else to do. I have a 6. That's all I have. There's nothing else to add, subtract, or anything. So now I'm done with parentheses. There is no exponents. So now the next thing, go ahead and do the multiplication. And then the last step, do the division here. And you get 9. I'm doing this on top of the piano, so got some weird angles going on here. I've got to shoot my music video, not my, that sounded weird, music video. I'm not making a music video, by the way. It's for my music class. So there's a difference there, I guess. So in here you've got all the parentheses. Even inside here you got to follow order of operations. So we're just going to go left to right since it's all addition and subtraction. Okay, there's the first step. And that's what I was meaning. I'm still inside the parentheses, so I got to keep going with that. Okay, and now I just did it again to show you that, okay, now I'm done inside the parentheses. You don't have to write a parentheses here. but I'm just showing you, you know, I stayed inside the parentheses till there's nothing else to do, and then 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay? Now the ones on distribution, okay, so those here. Now I'm going to do these by distribution to just show you, to get a practice of what we're doing with distribution. So 7 times 8 is 56 minus 7 times, well, or 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. You can do it that way. So now you get 42. Okay. And how we can check that is if we follow PIMDAS, we would have got 6, and 6 times 7 is 42. So that's what I was saying about doing them both ways to kind of make sure you're doing them right. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times positive 2 is positive 6. So we get 36. Okay. We would have done 10 plus 2 and got 12. 3 times 12 is 36. Okay, then we get negative 12 here. Okay, that's why it's good to kind of practice with the integer, meaning negative 2 times a positive 6 is a negative 12. And then this is going to change this one, see? That's why I went ahead and started saying 7 times negative 2, because this is negative 2 times positive 3, which is negative 6. And when you subtract these, negative 12, remember on the number line, negative 12, and you're subtracting 6, so now you're at negative 18. Okay. And how we could have checked it is got 9 inside here. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Okay, and then this one is going to make this 1 times positive 8 is negative 8. And then negative 1 times negative 6 is a positive 6. Okay, negative times a negative is positive. And then negative 8 plus 6, going back to our integers, is negative 2. You're at negative 8 down here on the number line, and you go 6 positive, you're at negative 2. Okay, and how we could check this is 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So that kind of lets you go back through and check those. If you miss one or two, you're like, hey, I made a math mistake. That's going to happen. I may even, I hope I didn't, but sometimes we make math mistakes and we mess up on one. If you're missing, half or more, then you'll want to make sure you're going through and doing these correctly, and go back through, watch it, follow those, and then I'm going to have some more for you today as a photo attachment to practice with, and that will be your assignment for today, is to do those new practice problems. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.